Hey folks, I haven't made a video in an incredibly long time, and um, it's really surprising actually to me that uh, what's bringing me back to putting together a video is something I never thought I'd make a video about, and it's a video about working out. Um, but I want to take a step back and talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So some of you might have heard of this new thing online called Buff Butch. Um, Buff Butch is the product that is being created by Pat Manuel. I shouldn't even say product really, a community that Pat Manuel is creating online, and is really taking a lot of folks on what promises to be an awesome ride. So I met Pat this past March, 2013, when I went to the Brown Boy Project Leadership Retreat, and Pat was in the cohort with me, and I got to know them a little bit over the course of the week, along with several others of our cohort. Um, and so I've gotten to know Pat on a very personal level. Pat is also someone that a lot of folks in the boxing and sporting world know because of their many accomplishments in the field. Um, so Pat is someone who is very well respected within training, within fitness, within the boxing world. Um, Pat is also someone who identifies as a genderqueer, butch, masculine centered person. And it is the combination of all of these spaces that Pat occupies that drove them to create Buff Butch, which is basically a fitness program space for gender nonconforming people, for people whose bodies don't necessarily fit either either side of the binary men's version of what fitness is supposed to look like or women's version of what fitness is supposed to look like, which that in itself often has a lot of sexist implications of what women's fitness should look like. Um, and so Pat very much has lived that experience of kind of figuring out what works for them in terms of fitness. And so they employ what they call intelligent training. So basically, the idea that fitness and training shouldn't just be about working hard, but about working smart, about doing the right things in the right ways for the body that you occupy in the space that you occupy. So, a couple of things that you should know about me when it comes to fitness and working out and all this stuff. I am by no means and have never been an athlete. I am not athletically inclined. I think all of my high school, middle school PE teachers and basketball coach and all those folks could easily tell you that. I was on the basketball team because I went to a small school. Anybody who wanted to be on the basketball team could be on the basketball team. Um, and I wanted to play ball. I was always on the bench, needless to say. And so I don't have a very good history when it comes to fitness. The other thing you should know about me is I've generally had good health, um, but that's been mostly out of luck and not out of effort, just mostly out of having access to decent food. Um, my my mom being someone who very much cared about home cooked meals, regardless of how much she worked throughout the week. Um, that we just didn't eat out and didn't eat fast food and those things, and so um, I grew into a healthy body because of the folks that were around me and because I had a decently healthy medical history. So not from trying really hard. Um, and I'm also not very good at self motivation. I've tried a number of different fitness programs and whether it's weightlifting classes or a video fitness program or going to a gym every once in a while or something like that. And I haven't been very good at motivating myself to keep at something. Um, the other thing is that I've also have a very waning interest level. So none of these programs have ever sustained my interest. I'll start on something, be super excited about it, do it for a couple of weeks, and then get really bored and stop, or just not find a way to keep myself accountable to keep at it. But also, none of these programs ever felt like it was about me. Um, I felt like I was constantly trying to meet somebody else's program standards and then meet somebody else's goals. Um, and so when Pat and I got together this past May, and we talked a lot about this stuff because of the Butch community that they've been working on, and it just kind of was like, this isn't for me. Like fitness and working out, it's not for me. I don't do it well, and so put me up to the challenge, and I decided, you know what, I'll give it a shot. What the heck, might as well try this one too. And so what Pat did basically was find out everything that they could about me in terms of where I am around fitness, what my body looks like, doesn't look like, and what do I want it to look like, and where do I want to be around my fitness, and crafted a program that was all about me. And that's exactly what I love about Butch and about what Pat is doing. Um, it was about where I'm starting off and where I want to go. It's about acknowledging my body where it's at, and not looking to recreate something, a masculine body that isn't mine, but to amplify and strengthen the masculine body that is mine in the way that it's queer, in the way that it occupies the space that it does. So that's been the really cool part about it. The other thing that I've really enjoyed about doing this program is that I'm in constant learning mode. I learned so much from Pat directly in terms of what my body can and can't do because of the types of stuff that they have me do. One thing you should know about the program is that there isn't necessarily a standard way of you do these sort of exercises this week and those sort of exercises the next week, but rather it's again like built off of what you're doing and how successful you are with it. So 1 week, Pat will send me a series of exercises I'm supposed to do, and then based on how I've done on those exercises, will tell me what to do the next week. And then we'll keep going back and forth, and that's what sustained me is because it's shifted around based on how I'm doing, and not already prescribed like 3 month sort of exercise that I'm constantly trying to jump into. Also, when Pat sends me exercises to do, they always send me videos to show me exactly what sort of form the exercises should take, as well as some verbal, like written instructions, so that I know exactly what I should be watching out for and what I should be doing and how I should be doing it. So, and there's no such thing as a stupid question. I can ask Pat whatever I want, because they know I'm at a zero with a lot of this stuff, and that's perfectly okay. There is no shame in it. And so I'm constantly learning. The other piece that has been a huge learning curve for me has been around nutrition, because I've taken food for granted for so long. Pat's really helped me kind of figure out how to eat in a healthy way to sustain my goals and to sustain me being in this new sort of space around exercise and fitness. So that my body is feeding itself and maintaining its strength and expanding on its strength. So that's been really great. And also the newsletter that Pat sends every once in a while, kind of sharing what's been going on with the program, but also some tips and some news and things along those lines. I've just been like devouring those newsletters, and I hate newsletters. I'm on so many lists, and I'm the first one to go through in the morning in the inbox and go check, delete, take care of all of that. But I read every word that Pat writes. And I think the third piece for me, aside from the learning and aside from that this is all about me, that I love about being a part of this program is that it's being run by someone like me in so many ways. Pat is a queer person of color, a gender nonconforming person who gets it. So gets where I'm at and gets what I want to do. And being able to be in partnership with them around through this journey, through this whole fitness program has been fantastic, and makes me feel good that I get to support the work that they're doing. And so I don't mind spreading the word for this program, not just because who Pat is and how Pat identifies, and how much I consider Pat to be a brother and a family member to me, but also because it actually is working. I've been doing it for now 10 weeks. I just finished my 10th week of exercises, and I feel freaking amazing. And I've never sustained any sort of program this long to begin with, so already like breaking all kinds of records. And also in terms of what my body is doing, I can't believe it. Like I started off with doing 0. The first week I was just doing body weights, no lifting, nothing whatsoever. And now the numbers that I'm doing, I wasn't expecting to be where I am today. I'm not going to share my numbers because again, if you sign up for this program and you decide to do this, it's going to be about the numbers that you want to achieve and not where I'm at week 10. So I'm not going to share that stuff. But I will share that, so one of the things, this is going to be maybe a little TMI for some folks, but one of the things that I shared with Pat when we first started talking about this, and talking about what I like and or don't like about my body is that I hate my butt. I never liked the shape of my ass. Always kind of like flat looking, and I don't know, it was, weirdly shaped and stuff. And last week I caught myself checking out my butt in the mirror. And this sounds incredibly superficial, but it was a very, very cool moment of vanity, to feel good about, my body in a new and different way, in a way that I hadn't, felt great about my body since transition. Transition has been very exciting for me. But it kind of like, it was exciting for the first 3 years, and now it is what it is. But the kind of sculpting that I'm doing now is getting me excited about my body again, and about defining my body and shaping my body the way I want to. So it's been pretty terrific. So let's see. Why am I saying all this? Because I know that there's a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel, that may never have considered fitness or gyms or any of these places to be places for you. And in a lot of ways, I still don't. I still struggle with it. But being a part of Butch and being a part of a program being done by someone who gets that, has motivated me to stick with it. And also because Pat gets all this stuff, and knows what limitations I have, has created a program that's based around those limitations and based around what I do have access to versus what I don't. So if I don't have access to a gym, then the exercises reflect that. If I don't have access to equipment, the exercises reflect that. It's about what I can do and what I can access. So I want to share all this with you all, because maybe some part of you has felt like you wanted to do something different. Some part of you has looked at other people's bodies, and wanted to be like that, or at the very least feel stronger and more empowered in yours. If you want to feel the latter, then I suggest you join the Butch program. Join the community that Pat is creating. It is in its first steps, so you could also help shape it, in addition to helping shape yourself in the ways that you want to. So go to buffbutch.com, check out the site, listen to Pat talk about the program and about their beliefs and about the kind of work that they've put into this, and see if you're not convinced that this might just be for you. And then join. If nothing else, join the listserv. Get a few newsletters. Test it out. See if the words resonate with you before you jump into the program itself. And then maybe you'll take a risk. And maybe you'll try this out. So I know I'm incredibly grateful that Pat pushed me to take this risk. And I love Pat for it. They're an incredible friend, an incredible resource, wealth of knowledge. Take advantage of this. It's going to be worth your time. It's going to be worth your effort. you're actually going to put in the effort that you want and need for yourself and get the results that you want. Not the results that the poster is telling you, not the results that the infomercials are showing you. They're not real. They're not you. Try this out. Can't hurt, right? Anyway, again, buckbutch.com. Check it out. Sign up for it. I'm vouching for it. Thanks, folks.